simple words, and they stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Cobb. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Auburn Tigers offense will take the field first. The last time these two clashed in the Iron Bowl, it was the Tide winning a classic.
And the Tide have done a great job in recent history of owning Auburn, doing a great job of winning this series. But they respect them every single. They know they won last year, but every year there's a healthy level of respect for this Auburn Tiger team.
Yeah, and I think back to last year's game for Alabama, it was their best players making the big plays late in the game. And this game this year is littered with game changers on both sidelines. Both Auburn and Alabama have the guys that can break this game wide open. So we're going to see a great one here.
Now the play fake. Grabbed over the middle at Simmons. Makes the grab and not wide enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
And that's just a timing route. And if I'm a quarterback and they're going to sit back in zone, when I run those crossers, man, I just wait for that zone window to open up, anticipate it a little bit, chunk that thing, and let my receiver do the rest of the work.
Back to throw, it's Knight. Looking to the big tight end. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He'll take it on the return. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed. He's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Really nice run there. Now, listen, you know, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He'll pull it on the read. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your play.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. He'll take a shot. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the pass interference in the end zone will have the ball placed at the 2. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Trying to find the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So here comes the Auburn offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
Fires to the middle. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
We talked to the coaches coming into this one. They know field position was going to be a huge factor for them winning this one. They had a really nice punt earlier in this game. Great job getting down and covering it. Won't surprise me if they decide to play it safe again here on 4th.
They boot it away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Grabbed in the middle. It's Williams. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on 1st down. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Dropping back, it's Simpson. Caught behind the line. It's Green. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Yeah, and a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They'll try it over the left side. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Grab behind the line. It's Miller. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
Really good 3rd down defense. Nice job playing the option. Responsibility football, but still aggressive downhill, ready for the pitch. Great job getting the guy, getting to him, and getting him on the ground.
He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. And that will extend their lead even further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Quarterback on the keeper. Makes one man miss. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good 2nd down situations.
The Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To the air, it's Knight. Got it in the middle, it's Coleman. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Right back to it. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the 1st quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick pass on the fly motion. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. 1st down.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the 2nd half on defense? That's the question.
To the air, it's Knight. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Yeah, and the defensive lineman, you know, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And this field goal attempt will be a 48-yarder and not straight on from the left side. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. This is now a 7-point game. Kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle, it's Bernard. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the 1st down.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Got the quick pass. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. He wants to throw it again. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. And now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. To the ground with the back. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Frazier. And they're able to make the tackle.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that one.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. It's Knight. Here's a heat. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield. And that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll move the tight end. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles, and got him on the ground.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And as a defense, you're going to give up plays, and receivers are going to make nice catches, but it's your job to limit the damage. Great job by the defense. As soon as he catches the football, they get him on the ground. Don't allow any of those big plays after the catch.
Already 2 for 2 on 3rd down, but this time they'll need 9 to convert. To the air, it's Knight. Oh, they're after him. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Let's see what he can do with it. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He'll keep it himself. It's a fumble. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
Ooh, offense really lucky there. Ball on the ground. Everybody's trying to make a scramble for it, and it just goes out of bounds. So the offense lucky to maintain possession.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Catch in the middle. It's Horton. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And a nice job finding my wide receiver. And then how about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the first down.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Power football with the run. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Motion from the wideout. Miller with the ball. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. If he can't get the first himself, now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Grabbed over the middle, it's Coleman. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up second and 4.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They'll leave it with him. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellows, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Tide. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Alabama and Auburn plays out.
Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes that Alabama offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly. They've had receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Headed for the corner on the jet sweep. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
So many offenses do this, right? They run the jet sweep. This defense was more than ready. They see it all the time. They got the penetration. That play had no chance to be successful.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Gonna let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Throws for the tight end. Connection to the right. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the 2nd half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
He'll pull it on the read. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bama! The tide is rolling as Alabama starts to pull away from Auburn.
Yeah, and Alabama handling the moment. Obviously, we know they got great players, great tradition, but handling the moment in the Iron Bowl, big stage, a lot of hatred, doing a great job of handling all of that, Palmer.
And Alabama knew coming into this game, you just throw the records out when you're playing your in-state rival, Auburn. What matters is what you do on the field when that first whistle blows. And Alabama simply, in all 3 phases of the game, they've been better.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Grabbed in the middle. It's Simmons. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Throwing right, finds his man, it's Fields. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that first down.
Auburn going to work with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Knight. Quickly complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
And sometimes these QBs, man, you just want them to hang in the pocket maybe just a little bit longer. It's 3rd down. I got a little bit I got to get, and I think he pulls the football down, tries to make a play with his feet, but the defense does their job and forces the 4th down.
The kick is on its way. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackle.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the right. Intercepted. That is just what this defense needed.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
So here comes the Auburn offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Scanning the field, it's Knight. Got it in the middle with Simmons. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Here's the handoff. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Now the lead is down to 11. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Short gain on the play before he slides.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Got it in the middle. It's Bernard. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Got the first down and still on his feet. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Just a short pass to the tight end. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give is to Miller. Breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, one of the best compliments you can pay a running back is they get stronger as the game goes on. This guy's been awesome all game long, and you're seeing it here in the fourth quarter. He's trying to ice this thing and close it out, still running strong.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Wide receiver going in motion. He's looking to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Bernard. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown time. Fit it in the window for the score.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
On to attempt the try. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Under fire. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean. And sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To throw, it's Knight. Right on the money. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity ladder. Here comes that Alabama offense. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Great job by the offense there, getting the first down on the ground, staying in bounds too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using them.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll go with a direct snap. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll try the run. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. They'll move the wide receiver. Miller with the ball. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
They'll go to the ground. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
They'll give it to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The latest edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.